What's up, Schwartz Force? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the ROCOS R0108, which is a watch I've been wanting to pick up for a while now, and I finally have it here. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that the first watch review I ever did was on the ROCOS R0139. And today we're going to see if this automatic watch with its Starry Sky dial can live up to the quality and the hype of the R0139. So be sure to stick around and find out, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't joined the Schwartz Force yet, and please like this video. It helps my channel out a ton, so thanks in advance. Now, in case if you're new here, my name's Dave. May the Schwartz be with you. And hey, did you know it's a great day to wear a watch? Today I have on the FEISS FM201. This thing is an absolute strap monster, and I wore this today because I wanted to let you know that FEISS is having a Christmas sale promotion going on right now. So I'm gonna link their website in the description so you can go check it out, save some cash on their watches as well. Okay, now without further ado, let's get into the review. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed the B-roll footage. We're going to dive into this watch, go over all the specifics, but real quick, hashtag yoga hands, you guys know what's up, and you might notice some new, some Gucci going on here. So I got a new leather valet from Straps Co. I actually purchased this one here. You can see Italian leather stamped there in gold foil, so you know what's up. So we got this, and I figured, you know, just change the look up a little bit, and then of course this amazing print from Bear Then Design Studios. So I did a video on that. Check it out up here if you haven't seen it yet. Really cool. Love their works, and yeah, I'm a big fan. So anyways, let's get into the ROCOS R0108 Starry Sky Dial watch. Check this thing out. So first thing we're going to do, as always, is start off with some measurements. So this watch has a case diameter of 41 millimeters. If we include this crown here, it's going to put us right at 44 millimeters. Now the lug to lug height is coming in right at 49 millimeters, and the case thickness is just at 11.5 millimeters. This is a 20 millimeter lug width as well, and you'll notice we have this nice navy crocodile embossed leather strap. Really cool. They actually have two options, so you can choose between the watch with the blue leather strap, or you can go with the other option. Kind of looks similar to this, which is the bracelet from my Seiko Fuyugashiki watch. It doesn't fit, but I just wanted to kind of show you that they do have an option with a bracelet. So if you wanted to go that route and have a bracelet look, you can definitely do so. I'm just going to hold that in place there. I'll put a picture here so you can kind of see what it looks like, but it's similar style with the way these links are, and you can get that on this watch also. So if you're not a fan of the leather strap, you can always go for the bracelet. I love that we have a double deployant clasp buckle that is signed with the ROCOS name. The clasp is 316L stainless steel. It's a decent thickness, you know, feels good, snaps into place. I did not experience any issues with this, you know, coming unclasped accidentally or when I didn't want it to, so that was good. And then of course we see here genuine leather, and very lightly there's the ROCOS embossing with the lion logo. Really cool. Okay, so now that we've gone over the measurements, I did want to point out that this does have a sapphire crystal. We have an exhibition case back as well, as you can see here. Now for the sapphire crystal, so let's test if we're getting true sapphire. Yep, there you go. So we got sapphire in the front. Let's check the back. So it is only mineral in the back. Now one of the first things that you're going to notice with this watch, of course, is that striking midnight blue sunburst dial. just plays with the light very nicely. And there is a lot of subtlety going on with this dial as far as the design and the case. So let's just take a moment. We'll look at these lugs. This is a full solid 316L stainless steel case. And you'll notice that the lugs and the bezel itself kind of have this double stepped design to it. So there is some texture there. You see how it steps up on the bezel as well from the case. Now, I like that there's these little coin ridges that are etched into the side of the case as well. On the other side, we do have the ROCOS logo. Now, I know, of course, a lot of us think Invicta and other brands when we see the logo engraved on the side, but one thing that I will say is that at least it's not engraved large and, you know, very deep into the side of the case. It's just kind of small, and there's a little bit of a sandblasted effect there. And I did hit this with my polishing cloth to kind of bring it out a little bit more. But the logo is relatively small. You'll notice that there's these what look like drilled lugs as well. These are just screw patterns etched into the lug itself, so just wanted to point that out. But we do get those quick release spring bars on the strap, so it's not an issue as far as changing those out, but I did want to mention those are not actual screws that hold the strap in place. And when we look at this crown, it has a very unique style to it, and you'll see no branding or logo on the crown, but it's kind of like a flattened onion style, but it's actually faceted. So it has kind of a sharp edge to it. Not sharp in the sense that it's like going to cut your fingers, but just very easy to grip and turn and actuate. It's really quite nice. I like it. And of course, when I hit it with the polishing cloth, it just gave it that much more shine, as you can see there in the light. A very cool crown, I gotta say. I haven't seen anything like that before. Now, moving to the back of the case, we see here a lot of indication. Of course, we have the model number, 30 meters water resistance. This is more of a dress style type of watch, so I'm not expecting 100 meters or anything like that. And of course, stainless steel, ROCOS branding, sapphire crystal, and then we see with the exhibition case back, the movement there. So this watch is actually powered by the Seagull 1622 caliber movement that's beating at 21,600 vibrations per hour. I did put this on the time graph, so just to show you here, it was averaging about +4, and I let it run a little longer, and I was getting around +11 seconds per day. A little bit of a beat error at 0.4 milliseconds, you know, so staying under that 0.5 kind of range that I like to see the watches, the movements under, so it didn't really bother me there. But yeah, decent accuracy, and looks really good. And one thing that you'll notice, of course, on the dial is we have a date window there at 6 o'clock. And then you'll see along the outer chapter ring, I would call this, is a 24-hour indicator. So rather than having a sun-moon indicator, it's actually using this, almost looks like a GMT hand with that crescent moon shape. So you'll see the crescent moon shape there in red, very easy to catch since it obviously pops against the blue dial. But that will slowly move throughout the day. So it's a cool little touch. Instead of having a day-night indicator like a sun and moon or moon and stars, things like that, they went with that crescent moon hand, and really cool to see. Now you'll also notice while we're looking at the hands, we have a simple needle style second hand, and then these elongated sword or arrow shaped minute and hour hands. And yes, there's lume on the hands, there's lume on this whole dial, and you guys, I know that's what you're here for, so let's take a quick look. Bam, check that out. So I love that we're getting green and blue lume on this dial. Of course, blue in the hands, very easy to see, and then green on those little lume pips there on the outer edge or chapter ring. Really easy to spot. Now the lume on the stars doesn't last all night. The lume on the minute and hour hands, as well as the indices, those last a little bit longer, you know, a couple hours, I would say, into the night before fading out and being a little more difficult to read. But I will say what's kind of cool is when you come from outside and into a darker environment, or when you hit this thing with the light and then you go into the dark, it's just a nice little treat seeing all those little stars on the dial pop up and then kind of slowly fade into the night. So it's a really cool effect. Another subtle design element that you may not see right away is that the dial is etched, so all of these kind of tracks are recessed into the dial. So while there's sunburst effect on the, I guess we could say, the raised portion, we have kind of this like metallic or pearlescent blue on the inner tracks, and I hope that's coming through for you to see there. So it breaks up the sunburst effect, and then we have indications there of our 24 hours along the outer edge. indication of automatic, ROCOS branding at 3 o'clock, Starry sky dial, and calendar, and that of course intersects with the date window. Now when we get into position 2 with the crown, of course we do have hacking on this movement, which is awesome, and then there's a very smooth movement as we turn the crown with those minute and hour hands. And of course we see our 24-hour indicator hand with the crescent moon also rotating throughout the night. Clicks over right at midnight, which I really like to see. Now when we go into position 1, if we turn counterclockwise towards us, the date will pop into place. It's not as crisp as I would like to feel with the date window transitioning to the next day, but it does pop into place. You don't have to worry about, going past the date. It's very easy to just get to the next day when you're adjusting it. So kind of pointed out everything about the dial, just really cool. The ray hot is brushed there on the inner edge and does play with the light just a little bit. So I don't really have anything bad to say about the watch itself, but I do wish that the lume would last longer on the stars and the little dots there. It would be really cool to see that last throughout the evening, and of course have stronger lume on the hands as well. And here we have the watch on my 7-inch wrist, and you can see that longer lug height, is going to be a problem if you have a thin wrist, so just something to be aware of. But it sits really nicely, and then with the way that the lugs are angled just slightly, kind of curves downward with that leather strap. I think with the bracelet this probably wears even better for maybe smaller wrists. It's just something I would point out. But just a very striking blue dial color. I know that the R0139 is definitely more iconic with the Nautilus style, but I gotta say, the R0108 is one that I had on my list for quite a while. I'm really glad I have it in my collection now. And again, you can pick these up on Amazon. I'm gonna put my links in the description for you down below. You can also go directly to their website. They may be having sales from time to time coming up in the future, so doesn't hurt to check both. And the Feist website is having their Christmas sales, so go check that out. And let me know, would you have gone for the blue leather strap, or would you have gone for the bracelet kind of styled similar to this? I'm just kind of curious what your taste would be as far as pairing it with this dial. I always look forward to hearing y'all's feedback. Now, check out this video. It's really cool. I think you guys will enjoy it. And of course, if you haven't joined the Schwartz Force yet, go ahead and hit my face there and join. And I will look forward to seeing you guys at the next one. As always, may the Schwartz be with you. Take care.